Hey guys, it's Ian Lives, and today I wanted to talk about Ghostbusters, a franchise that I enjoy. And I just recently watched the newest one, Frozen Empire, because it just came out on digital, and it made me thinking, should this franchise continue? I thought this would make for a fun video. I'm basically going to talk about the franchise, I'm going to talk about the movies, about what I think they did right, and what these new sequels are doing right and doing wrong. Obviously, I'm going to start off with the first Ghostbusters. I have this media book here, which is really cool. I found this at a buy-sell trade place, I think late last year. It's a really cool media book, and it has Ghostbusters 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. I thought I would pull that out and show it because I think it's really cool. Now, Ghostbusters 1 is a movie that I watch every year. I watch it every October. It's one of my favorite childhood movies. And I think especially now, I'm not super old, obviously, but I start to understand some of the humor in it a lot more, and I really do respect Ghostbusters. I think it's a perfect movie. Honestly, I do. It mixes the dark, dry comedy very well with the, I guess, horror. It's not very horror, but a lot of fun moments. I always like the scene where they're in the hotel. It's just iconic. It's iconic for a reason, you know? Now, Ghostbusters 2 is a movie that I haven't seen since I was probably 10, 12. It's been a long time since I've seen Ghostbusters 2. I do want to rewatch it, but as a kid, I never liked it as much as the original. I always just thought it was eh. Because this is the one with the whole girl and the guy, the villain, with the museum. I remember bits and pieces from it, but yeah, I don't remember it being as good as the original. Obviously, it's hard to top the original because it's such a classic now. But it's still, I would say Ghostbusters 2, from my memory, is still a decent movie. We got nothing for a long, long time. When did Ghostbusters 2 come out? 89. So, we didn't get nothing until 2016 with the infamous Ghostbusters Answer the Call, which was the one with all the SNL girls. Yeah, they made all the Ghostbusters girls. You had Melissa McCarthy. I don't know the other people's names, but they're all popular because they've all been on SNL. I think I saw that movie in theaters. It's been a while. I either saw it in theaters or I saw it right when it came out on digital, because my mom wanted to see it because she loves all those SNL people. I haven't seen it since then, but I didn't like it then. I really did not like that movie then. The humor is very childish. Chris Hemsworth was horrible in that movie. It felt like it was making fun of the original. Honestly. I remember Bill Murray was in that one, wasn't he? Didn't he get killed? Like he jumped out a window or something? I'm on the same boat as everyone when it comes to that one. I don't enjoy Ghostbusters 2016. I don't think it's a very good movie. No hate to the actresses. But honestly, like, I wasn't excited when they announced it. I remember this was a big deal when they announced that they were going to do Ghostbusters with females. People were actually excited. If this happened now, people would probably boycott it, which is kind of sad and messed up. But back then, we were so excited to get something new Ghostbusters. I remember people just being excited for it. I never was. I thought that making them females was stupid. I wanted the original Ghostbusters back. And then we didn't get nothing until 2019 when we started learning that they filmed and finished a new Ghostbusters film. And it was basically in development hell, because it finished, I think in summer of 2019, they announced that it was coming soon, and it just finished filming, and they announced some of the cast members, and then we didn't see it until 2021. They kept delaying it and delaying it and delaying it, obviously because of COVID. I guess they really had hope that this thing was going to bring in some money at the box office, because they didn't want to just release it on streaming during COVID. They wanted it to get a real theatrical release. So they waited till end of 2021 when COVID was kind of dying down. I watched it when it hit Hulu. I think it hit Hulu probably at the beginning of 2022, whenever it hit digital or streaming. And I enjoyed it then. I really did. Afterlife is what I'm talking. I don't know if I even said that. I kind of forgot about it, and I knew that I wanted to rewatch it before I watched the new one, so I rewatched it, and I had a blast with it. I think Afterlife is the best sequel in this whole franchise. It is the best Ghostbusters movie since the original. It's a very slow-paced movie. They take you away from New York, which is a big risk for them to take, because New York feels like it's a main character in these Ghostbuster movies. The firehouse is iconic. You don't get no firehouse in this one. And you follow these new characters. You get Paul Rudd. You get McKenna Grace, which she's phenomenal in this. Same with Paul Rudd. He does really good. It kind of feels like an indie family movie to begin with. Where obviously McKenna Grace's character is the granddaughter of... I always mix the Ghostbusters names up, but it's Harold Ramis's character. Basically, this family inherits his little farmhouse, and it's just really fun. It gets straight to the point. I really think that the first half of Afterlife is perfect. I wouldn't change anything about it. I think they took risks. They changed what they needed to change, and they made a damn entertaining movie. Now, the final act of Afterlife, is it very good? I would say it's kind of meh. I don't like how it felt very rushed. Like they're like, oh yeah, we have to end the movie, because the movie starts off, as I said before, very slow. You really get to love these characters. You get some cool, entertaining scenes that get you all excited, like the one with the new Muncher, the new ghost in this. When they are chasing him down that happens in the middle of this slow build-up. And then, boom, Paul Rudd's in Walmart getting chased by this dog. And then he gets possessed into... I forget the villain's name. It just throws all this shit at you at once toward the end. And it really loses track. The Ghostbusters, the original crew members, feel kind of shoehorned in. You get some cool one-liners from them, but they're only in like 10 minutes of the movie. You get some Dan Aykroyd in the middle, where when they're all in prison and she uses her one call on Dan Aykroyd. But you don't get any of them again until the very, very end. The first hour of this movie is just phenomenal. It's very entertaining. It hooked me beginning to end. It really reminded me how fun this one was. And it was such a great rewatch, and I'm glad I did rewatch it, or I probably wouldn't give it half as much credit as I'm giving it right now. So the first hour definitely makes up for the last hour, because I think the movie's 2 hours long. So I really think Afterlife accomplished what it wanted to accomplish. I really enjoy the film. I like the risk that they took, and I actually enjoyed that it didn't take place in New York. It was just really fun. Now, Frozen Empire is a movie that the trailers didn't sell me. They sold a lot of other people. A lot of people were very excited because the trailer showed the beach scene where these icicles are coming out of the ground. And I was just like, we'll see when it comes out. And then when it came out, it was getting horrible reviews. It was getting mediocre to bad reviews. I didn't see a single good review, which had me very worried. Now, I watched the movie, not expecting much, and I had a fun time with it. I think it's a pretty good movie. It's solid. Is it as good as Afterlife? No. Is it as good as Ghostbusters 2016? Yes, it's way better than that one. Is it as good as Ghostbusters 2? If I'm remembering that movie correctly, probably. It probably is better than Ghostbusters 2. So I would put it right under Afterlife. Now, it does have issues with it. I think that, again, these original crew members feel shoehorned in. Now, since this one moves stuff back to New York, which feels very forced, I feel like they really wanted to get the original audience back, which is what I see most people complaining about when they review this movie. is that the movie is running off nostalgia. And I agree to that to an extent. Afterlife changed stuff. It made stuff unique and different. So I disagree if you say that that was running off nostalgia. But Frozen Empire does kind of feel like it's a big gimmick. Dan Aykroyd's cool in here. But honestly, I would have been fine if Dan Aykroyd was the only original member returning. Because Ernie Hudson and Bill Murray, they don't do much. Bill Murray's barely even in it. They do this thing with Ernie Hudson's character where he has like this this new side business that he entrepreneured that has to do with Ghostbusters. Like they make equipment, they do studies, they do research on these spirits, on these ghosts. So that was fun. Bill Murray, he has this scene with this new character where he does the thing where he's wearing the hat and they do like the quiz. They quiz each other because he thinks that he's haunted or whatever, which they did in 1 or 2. And then he's not in the movie until the very end. And he doesn't do much. They also bring back all the characters from Afterlife. So you have new characters, you have all the characters from Afterlife, and then the original members. It's very cluttered. The final battle, they were all wearing the proton packs, and they're all shooting the beams, and it's like, Jesus, man, there's this many members. You also have some other characters from the original movie returning as well. Like the girl on the phone. I don't know her name, but she's back in here, and she's an actual Ghostbuster in this one. And then you also have characters from Afterlife that could have stayed, because they don't do much in Frozen Empire. Like Podcast. I loved him in Afterlife. He was a lot of fun, but he doesn't really do anything in Frozen Empire. You actually kind of forget that he's even in it. He doesn't do anything in the final battle. He doesn't do much in the middle. I'm actually thinking about it, I don't think he does anything. Same with Finn Wolfhard's girlfriend that was in here, that worked at the diner in Afterlife. She's in here. What does she do? Not much. She wears a proton pack, but that's about it. It's like those two characters could have been left out. Honestly, Finn Wolfhard doesn't do shit in this movie. I love him as an actor, and I really enjoyed him in Afterlife, but they didn't give him anything in this movie. There's like one scene where he's messing with Slimer, which they bring back Slimer because, again, they're trying to get off nostalgia. But he's like giving Cheetos to Slimer. That was like the only scene that Finn Wolfhard had. Also, he drives the car, which they made a big deal out of that, even though he drove the Ecto car in the first movie. So yeah, it felt very cluttered, very rushed too. The whole movie takes place in the firehouse. They don't leave the firehouse, which I don't know if that was a budget issue or what, but it felt very confined and very limited, and they just didn't do much. They didn't do much. The new gimmick with the Frozen guy is cool. You know, there's some cool scenes, but that final battle is weak. It's a weak final battle. But it's just a lot of fun. This is a fun family movie. I think out of all the Ghostbusters, this one's very family oriented. It feels like a kid's movie. I could see kids and families. Like if someone watched this as a family, you're gonna have a good time. You're not gonna sit there waiting for it to end. You're gonna have a good time. I certainly had a good time. There's some good humor in here. Bill Murray's funny as hell in here. He brings some good jokes, honestly, but he's just not in the movie enough. Dan Aykroyd's also funny. He plays like this really cool grandpa type character where he's friends with podcasts now, and they have this little YouTube channel. That was cool. And he runs this antique store. You know, like there's some cool stuff in here. It's just, it could have been polished more. It could have been polished way more. And McKenna Grace's character, they don't do much with her either. It's like they just kind of just grab the characters from the last movie, grab the characters from the original movies, and just piece it together to make a movie. They didn't add any character development. They didn't add any, like, I don't know. It felt like it was missing something very big. Now, to get to the meaning of the video, do I think that this franchise should continue. Now, do I think it will continue? I'll answer that first. No. I can't really see them doing another one because Frozen Empire kind of bombed. It didn't do very well in the box office. Afterlife did good enough to get a sequel, but Frozen Empire didn't do very good. Now, would I want a sequel? Sure. I wouldn't mind if they did another Ghostbuster movie. I think it just kind of misses the charm that the original one had. But it's still fun. It's still really fun, the Frozen Empire. And I would watch a new Ghostbuster movie. If they did another one in a couple years, I would watch it. Probably not in theaters. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I'm very mixed on Frozen Empire, the more I think about it. I had a good time while watching it, but it's like the actual substance of the movie feels very lackluster. But Afterlife, I honestly think is a damn good movie. And it was just such a good sequel. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my video talking about the Ghostbusters franchise. And if I think it's out of steam. Do I think that they should call it quits on the franchise? And overall, my answer is probably. Because if I would like to see a new one, but if they continued, would it be the same quality as Afterlife, or would it be the same quality or lower quality than Frozen Empire? I don't want to see another Frozen Empire. It feels like very cheap family movie, which isn't bad. It's not a bad thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, or if you're just not subscribed, turn on that bell. It helps a lot. So absolutely make sure you have the bell on. And follow my Instagram at IanLives_, and follow my Letterboxd at wehateian. I absolutely love you guys. Thanks for all the love on here. We're almost at 900 subscribers, which is unbelievable. And just thanks for all the support. I love you guys. All right. I'll see you guys next time.